So I thought for this video we should do a massive unboxing of the Stylo 3 Plus, Stylo 4, and the Stylo 5. But of course we all know that's unrealistic as this is out of date. This one is kind of slow. So in my opinion, I think this is the best one. Stylo 4 and the 5 are about the same price. Actually, the 5 is probably a little bit cheaper than the 4. Well, it offers a little bit better specs, which I'll get into later, but yeah, let's get into it. Just so you know, a full disclaimer, I have used this phone. I put it back in the box just the way it would come out, minus one piece of paper, just so you guys know what it would look like unboxing it. So yeah, this is the LG Stylo 5 by LG, obviously. I personally like this phone because it has a stylus and it has quite a good screen. So if we look on the bottom, we can see that it has, I don't know if you can see that. Here we go. The back, there's just a bunch of warnings, like what not to do. I don't know, there's nothing really special about the box. There's your model numbers and everything. LG on the top. There's a piece of tape here that you have to cut. But other than that, you just lift up the lid. And there's the phone. There is a screen protector on it, and it is a terrible screen protector. But yeah, so when you take it out of the phone, you lift it up. It has a plastic on it. So you can just go on the back here. Sorry, I only have one hand. There you go. I did put a screen protector on this because I wanted to protect my screen. You can see it right here, but it didn't really seal around the edges of the phone at all. So it's kind of terrible. But I mean, it still does its job. I'm just waiting for it to peel up more before I replace it. But yeah. So now here's the plastic part. I save everything just in case because you never know what might happen. It comes with a dust cleaner cloth that has LG printed all over it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It comes with a quick start guide and a key for your micro SD card and your SIM card. It comes with a fast charger, which I really like because I think not many name brands come with fast chargers, especially Apple. You have to go buy the fast charger unless you get the 11 Pro, but if you don't, then you have to go buy your own $60 fast charger. But this comes with it. It also comes with a special fast charging cable, data transfer. It's not the LG Type C 2.0 cable, but it does its job. So yeah, and that's basically what's in the box. Well, let's get into the phone. So the phone is a little thick. That is only because it has an LCD screen. I don't think it really compromises the holding it. I actually think it feels better having a thicker phone in your hand. It's just a lot easier to hold. You get more grip on it. It has metal edges all the way around. It has, I think it was 5 antenna cables, maybe 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. So yeah, up here we have one microphone. We have on this side we have a power button and one antenna port. Flip it over. We get our stylus, some speakers. I think they're stereo speakers. I can check that in a bit. We have a USB Type C, 2 more antennas right here, another mic, and a headphone jack, which we all love, except for Apple. Anyways, on this side we have another antenna port, micro USB and SIM card. No, what am I saying? Micro SD card. There we go. Volume buttons on this side and a last head antenna. So it does have a fingerprint reader on the back here. I might as well do the outside. It has LG fingerprint reader, flashlight, and a 13 megapixel normal camera. I actually like the camera. This is what I shoot. So I used to have the Stylo 4, and that's what I used to shoot my videos on. But then it got stolen, so I got the Stylo 5. And so this is what I shoot my videos on. Quality is pretty good. You can see that the back is plastic, so it's a fingerprint magnet. But quick wipe of this will probably get rid of most of them. Yeah, see, look at that. I have one hand, guys. Sorry, I dislocated my shoulder. Anyways, getting back into it. Fingerprint reader. It's really quick. It's really fast. The screen brightness on this, I am very proud to boast, is one of the brightest screens out of everybody. I know a friend has a a 10, and my screen is still brighter than his. So, let's get into this. I also know that the flashlight on this phone is also really good. So you can see I have my lights on and I hit flashlight. I don't know if you could see that very well, but yeah, it's okay. Here we go. We have camera. I don't know how good that is, but you can kind of see. It has Google Lens and AI Cam built in because with the 5 you get Android 9. What is it? Android 9 Pie. And with the 8 you only get 8.1 Cupcake. So, I mean, I guess it's okay. Up here with the settings, I really like this about this camera. You have HDR, steady recording, but over here you have, it's like a voice control. You can say any of these following words. I don't know if you guys can see those. Any of those words, and it'll take a picture. I usually have everything on. Storage is SD, and then on the bottom here, you have the option to change your megapixels and resolution. Okay, and there's also a full vision option, so that it takes up the whole screen, but it does lower your megapixels from 13 to 8.7. So I always have it on 13. I usually have my video resolution on the max. Just makes it look better. But yeah, I really like this phone. You have an option to take a picture and send it directly to a social media site. But yeah, so now if we turn it off and we go down here with the stylus, difference between the 4 and the 5 is this gap here on the 5 got moved. So on the 4 it was on the left, so it's more for left-handed people. You'd have to take it out with your thumb like this. But on the 5 here, you just take it out with and then if the screen is off, you come up with a notepad here, and I'm gonna attempt my best to just draw something. Yeah, see? And then up here you can change your color and your pen type. Then you can go to eraser and you can change the size of the eraser, or you can just hit clear all. Okay, if you hit the check mark, it saves it. It'll share it to whatever social media site you want, or even text messages. So this phone can support basically almost any network, I think, that a SIM card can fit in. It does GSM, HSPA, and LTE. I currently don't have a SIM card in it, but I may or may not get one soon. So this phone is 160 by 77 by 8.4 millimeters. So it's a pretty thick phone. I'm not sure that it jeopardizes the quality, because touchscreen reaction is like really good. There's a little bit of a delay from the camera, but also another thing I really like about this phone that I'd recommend is it's really customizable. So on some phones for the home screen, you can only do this, but on this phone you have the option to make it so it loops like a carousel, and you can change what you want. If you come down, you can get a bunch of different quick settings. It does have stereo speakers, so because if you plug in headphones or whatever, you can get DTS surround. And then if you go over, there's comfort view. Kind of soften the blue in the screen. Color inversion. We all love color inversion. Yeah, there's also a quick memo plus, just because it's, a stylus phone. So you have games. It has 32 gigabytes of internal storage. I would recommend getting a micro SD card for it, just because it is not a lot of storage. Like, I've already filled it up, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Let me turn the brightness down here. There we go. So that's the brightness all the way down. In real life, it's way darker, but yeah, you can see right there. It doesn't have a lot of storage, so I always get micro SD cards. So much more useful. So it comes based with an Android 9 Pie. I know from my experience with the 4 that it does upgrade. However, I remember with having 8.1 Pie, there were some apps were supported that are not supported in 9. So the apps will not get deleted from your phone, but they'll just get faded out so you can't use them. It's kind of frustrating because some of the apps you pay for, whatever, I'm not even going to get into it. So it does have a dedicated slot for micro SD, which I have told you about. It has 32 gigabytes of internal storage and 3 gigabytes of RAM. The single rear-facing camera is 13 megapixels, and the front-facing camera is 5 megapixels. They both shoot 1080p at 30 frames per second. What else is there? It has a fingerprint, but another thing, this phone also, surprise, there's lots of sensors on this phone, which is what I'm surprised about. You can't see it because I have this terrible screen protector on, but there's like a bajillion sensors under there. It has a fingerprint on the back, but it also does facial recognition and accelerometer proximity, so it's really good. Like if I turn this on, that's right, I use my finger, sorry about that. Just turn it on with the power button, shine it to my face. Are you gonna work? Come on, work. There we go. See, it worked. So, I know it's a really good budget phone. It tops in at over only 198 USD, which is probably like 222 C80. But yeah. My next video, and most videos are going to be shot on this phone, so I don't know if the video quality is going to be as good as the one I'm shooting it on, which is an A50, which I'll do my next review on. But yeah. I also recommend the case. It is a very durable phone. You can drop it and it won't dent because it has metal sides and a plastic back, but I got this case from Amazon. Done. It's a pretty thick phone, but I actually like it. I don't know what else there is. If you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section below. You guys have a good day. This is me signing off.